We're at the place that my dad used to run as a job. I had a job to check on. And on the way out, stopped. They turned it into a park. This place, and it has a creek down there, Sugar Creek. Used to come with his buddies. They used to all get drunk and fish all up and down this thing. Back then, you can do that type of thing. Small city towns or little towns. They didn't have anything to do. They didn't have social media, so they found their own ways. Crawfordsville back then, they used to hang out in the alleys and come down to the creek. In here, though, do you see this tree here? That one. That's a perfect example of a black walnut. It just so happens they thought so too. So in this park, they didn't put this plaque there. It states the black walnut is native to the eastern North American, grows mainly in riparian zones. It ranges from southern Ontario to southeast South Dakota and South Dakota. It has an average height of 100 to 130 feet. The total lifespan is roughly 130 years. The black walnut is a very desirable tree in the commercial world for both its beautiful dark colored lumber, which is good for furniture and flooring, and its walnuts, which make for good snacks. Cultivators will often grow the trees for both the lumber and the nuts. It is a long process, with the nuts alone appearing only after the tree is 4 to 6 years old. What it failed to left out is the medical purposes of this. Besides the fact that this is a veneer log up to about that area, so 12 feet, that would probably bring you. And I can't put my arms around it. There's no knots, no metal, no nothing. The first log in this section is probably $3,000 easily. The board footage of this is ridiculous. Besides that fact, and the obvious, they spoke about walnuts being able to eat. See that husk? I can touch it. See that on my fingers now? Get that focused in there. Come on. See how it's red? What that is iodine. Walnuts, the husk, are the natural element to make iodine from. You put it and ferment it in alcohol, which essentially iodine also purifies water. What else is cool about this is if you don't have alcohol and you can't pull the iodine from the shuck that way, the tree in itself, you can take the twigs up there, which good walnut don't have limbs for a long time, but you can look down here, take the limbs, little twigs, or even this bark. Take some of this bark off and steep it in water. Get water that's boiling hot, put it in there, and some silk cloth, nylon silk, like a tea bag, and let it seep in there. And what it does essentially is it gets rid of any parasites, any worm congestations, anything that could be upsetting your stomach at that time. Say there's a survival situation and you ate bad meat and gave you worms. The walnut will get rid of it before that parasite eats you. So the walnut, kind of like the tree of life, it can give you purified water. It can disinfect wounds. Iodine is what they use to disinfect instruments and wounds for surgery. It can give you food, the walnuts themselves. So the walnut tree is a very valuable tree. There's a couple other ones that are out here that are pretty valuable. You got a shagbark hickory over there. Look in the very back. That's a shagbark hickory right there. Besides the fact that you can eat hickory nuts, you can smoke your food over it. Tastes amazing. Hickory is itself is a strong wood. You can shelter out of, but it's a heavy dense wood, so it makes awesome fuel for a fire. But hickory in itself has its own medical uses. This video is long enough. We'll get into that in the next one.